Hello and welcome to a feature video. I am Philip, owner and operator of Run, Think, Shoot, Live. Today I'm going to explain something called collections. Now, if after watching this video you still have questions, you can go to Start and About, scroll down, and there is a little link there called Collections, and it will explain everything that I've just explained. So, what is a collection? Well, a collection is basically a user-created or curated list. You can find them by going to Explore and then Collections. You can see that I have created 2 collections just to give you an example of what's happening. You'll also notice that I'm not logged in at the moment. So this is what a non-logged in user can see. I can see the name of the release, any description, which is obligatory. Everybody will have to write descriptions. I haven't done that for this one yet because I'm going to show you how to do it. So if I want to see what this consists of, well, the first thing I could do is I could click that, which I'll do in a moment, but I can also see the releases that are in there already, and clicking that will take me directly to the release. You can see who created it, you can see the description, and of course the name. You can see when it was created and when it was modified, which basically means when a release was either added or released to it. Now, just like other pages similar to this on the site, you can change the order. Of course, in this particular case there's only a couple, so it won't make much difference of the order. Okay, you can search for something. Now, of course, again with this one it's not going to bring up anything interesting unless I put something like proper, which is the word I'm looking for, because then that helps me find something in the description. So I can do that. What I can do is, if you have Flash enabled on your browser, you can download the whole list to a CSV file. And if you wanted to, you can even decide, well, I don't really care who made it, and I don't really care when it was created. So you can decide on which columns you get to see. I'm going to redisplay all of them. Now, if you click on this, you will see the maps and mods that have been added to that collection in an excerpt format, which is the normal front page format. So you can scroll down, you can see whether you've actually reviewed it or not. You can see all sorts of other information, and it tells you, you know, what's the name and all of those other details. All right, we go back. If you click on the person's profile link, it will tell you all about this particular person, and if you scroll down, in case you didn't know, there's quite a lot of information here. You can see that the collections that this person has made, and pretty much the same details as you've got in the table, and you can also see the comments that they've made and other things. I encourage you to look at a person's profile if you haven't sort of explored that. Now let's go to the front page and see what would happen. So we have this link here. I click on the team experiment and you scroll down, and now we have a new section here. In the past this used to be called the publish section, and it just used to have a date, but that date is elsewhere on the page, so we don't need it. And you've got 2 links, and you've got like Fantastic Indoors and Fantastic Outdoors, because those are the names of the collections that I've added it to. And I'm sure you've guessed that if you click this you get taken to that particular page, just like you saw earlier. Now you'll notice that that's all you can do. You can only see those collections. You can't do anything else. So now I'm going to log in. Okay, I'll click Remember Me, log in. Oops, that takes you to the page there. Right, so now we're back at the home page, and as you can see I'm logged in. And what we'll do is, you'll see that in this case you haven't reviewed anything. Now I said that that's something that you'll be able to see when you click on a collection, but if you're not a logged in and registered user you won't be able to see that information. So we'll go to collections, and there we go. And now one thing that's new, you'll notice that you now have a manage. You can only manage your own collections. It would be a disaster if everybody else was allowed to manage somebody else's collection. They'd be clicking links, deleting everything. So let's just manage this one. So what it does here is it now gives you the chance to add a description. So I'll just put something like my favorite, is it indoor, outdoor maps, and then I click update, and there it is. It's now my favorite outdoor maps. So you've got the list, and you can see, oh, I haven't reviewed this one. Oh, I better get doing to that. Now, if you want to see the full list of collections again, you can either go to Explore Collections or click that link that you've just seen, and there you go. You can see that it's only got one release in it. So let's go to the home page now. In fact, we'll go to the play page. We'll just pick an episode 2. These are the episode 2 maps, and I'm just going to scroll down, and I'm just going to click this one. And I'll scroll down again. It's quite a long page. There we go. Now we have something new. The first thing is that this release is currently not in a collection, so that makes sense. Now, if I want to add it to a collection, so I can add it to the outdoors collection because that's my collection, and I can add it to the indoor collection because that's my collection. You can't add it to somebody else's collection, or you could create a new collection and you would give it a name. Remember, you can only do this if you are registered and logged in. So I'm now going to add it to the Fantastic Outdoors collection, and there it is. It's listed in the Fantastic Outdoors collection. I'll go to collections, and there we go. It's now listed here. So just to finish, I'm going to review everything that's on the About page. So they were started in May 2018, this year. They're user created list of releases. Only registered users can log them, can create them, but everybody can view them. When you create your lists, this text is a little bit behind. So basically what I want you to do is I want you to make sure it's safe for work. Okay, so if you put anything that I feel is inappropriate, I reserve the right to edit or delete any names like that I don't think are quite right. This is a family orientated website, and it will stay that way. Please make the collection names as descriptive as possible. So you can put like John's favorite or your username, Planet Phillips favorite releases, but don't put my favorite releases because that doesn't really mean anything. Don't use tags, so don't put like maps with Combine in, because there's already, if you don't know, you should check that out. There's already like a tag which is essentially similar to the collections but done by me. So if you want, I want to play maps with Combine tanks in, then you can find them quite easily. So don't use anything that's as a tag, and don't use recommendations images, names, so wow or stuff like that. You can use favorites, but try to think of, I've given you some examples of fantastic indoors, coffee time, amazing maps or something. Use your imagination. Please take a moment to read these when you get a chance, and finally, only English will be allowed. So if you put anything that's non-English, I will be editing it. The reason for that is the site is English, and I don't want to have to, translate any strange language, just to make sure that it's safe. And of course, most users can understand English in this case because they visit the website, so it should be applicable for most users. I'd like to thank Jan, who took the time to code it. I'd like to thank Kaneko, who took the time to test it. If you find a bug or something that you'd like to suggest, please contact me directly. I can't guarantee that we will include it. Jan, the coder, is pretty busy and he doesn't get much time to do these things. So that's basically it. Thanks for watching. I hope you use it. And remember, finishing Half-Life is just the beginning. See ya!